Hello. Welcome, professors, for joining this call. We are waiting for just one more minute and then we'll start for anyone else who wants to join. Right.
Okay, perfect.
Right. So I believe we can start as of now, and then people will keep on joining as we move forward, right? So a very good afternoon to all of the professors who are able to join, and welcome to the session. This is the second session of the series we are running of the exclusive premium workshops, for which you all accepted the invitations. Thank you so much for taking out time once again. And then to talk about this series, we are taking suggestions from professors on the community. On we are talking to professors from so many years, and then we are taking some suggestions. We are finding some pain points in their daily life, and then we are trying to help them, trying to make this series, and then see how it goes. Right. To introduce myself, I am Adarsh Singh and I work with Data to Biz. I have been talking to professors from last 2.5 to 3 years, and seeing their daily life, weekly life, how it goes, what they do, right? Finding patterns and finding where we can help them, right? So this is what we have observed, and the previous session was about research and publishing research more effectively. This is again one of the highly demanded and highly requested subjects where they were struggling to make network outside of their institution, outside of their domain, how they can build their brand, how they can learn more about personal branding, networking, because they were finding difficulty in finding partners or collaborators whom they can work with, or on some project or some research, anything like that, right? So this session is going to be about networking and how you can make your personal brand, how you can make your profiles much more efficient. So this is what we are going to do. This will going to be the agenda of today's session. So maybe before we can start, if anyone of you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise we'll start in 10 seconds.
Thanks, Adarsh, first of all, conducting the session. I believe at this stage, I don't have any question, but yeah, obviously going forward, maybe I can ask a few based
Right,
on personal
right,
experience.
right. Thanks, Professor, for acknowledging. So, to start off with the session, I would want to tell you all that you can ask questions in between. You can raise your hands, or you can put down your suggestions or comments or questions in the chat box, right? I would also request every one of you to please take out your pen and notebook, or notepad, and then keep writing what you learn, or keep writing what actions you will take after this session, because you should go after this call, you should be able to implement at least 1 to 2 or 3% of what we discussed today, right? So that will be very productive and helpful to every one of us. Right. So to start off with, I would like to break this session in two parts. First part, we will be talking about personal branding. Right. These two words are different. Personal and branding, again, like that. Discussing that in the first part, and in the second part, we will be discussing about how. First of all, we will be talking about whys and what is personal brand, and why you need to spend your time in personal branding, what is it, right? And then once you are convinced with the why and what, then we will discuss how in the second part of how you can make your profiles better, how personal branding is done, how what people are doing currently, right? We'll discuss that briefly. So as I mentioned, today's agenda will be in two parts or three parts: why, what, and how. So the first part, as we can see on the screens, is why professors must build digital presence. That's the very first question you all should ask yourself also, that why you have taken out time and you have spent the time to participate in this call and learn something about this, right? Because if you are in this call, you have already done 1% or 5% of the task, right? You are already interested in personal branding and you know the importance of it, right? So to just discuss about what are the current realities we have, and these data and these things which we have written are based on the previous talks which we have did with the professors from last 2 years, right? They when they message me or I message them, what we feel is that their profile is outdated, it's incomplete, it was updated last 2 years back or 5 years back, right? They don't have photo, they don't have banners, so it looks like a dummy profile, or we can say it's very dead profiles, right? Profiles are very outdated, research stays confined to the academic journal. So where what journals they submit their papers or their citations, they get confined to that domain only, or in their institute only, right? It is not cross institution. Nobody, okay, you do a lot of good work, you have lot of good skills, but your research, your paper, your hard work gets confined, and it does not, it don't get, people don't get to know. Even if somebody wants to get to know, they are not getting to know, because they are confined and they don't know how to find you, or how you are not publishing it available, making it available publicly, right? So these are some of the gaps. Visibility, like what we have observed is, the more visible a professor is, the more chances of the paper, the proof of work is visible, right? So in simply, it helps in getting grants or getting successful submissions or getting collaborators or partners in their paper, right? So this is these are some things which we have observed. Somebody, if you are going in some call, we also google your name, or try to find something about you before we even talk to you. So for that, you should be available publicly, or you should be, at least some part you should be available digitally, right? So to get to know you more before even we start talking to you. So these are the current situations and current realities. What we can discuss is what are the opportunities. So LinkedIn, we are going to discuss a lot about LinkedIn in this session. Over 1 billion professionals are active on LinkedIn. It's a professional networking platform, for those who don't know. Peers and recruiters verify the profile online. If somebody wants to hire you, or somebody wants to invite you in a speaker session or in a conference, in a intellectual talk, then how they will find you? They will find you via these platforms like LinkedIn or etc, Medium, or different platforms, right? They need to find you. For that, we are discussing and we are taking this session. That's why the digital presence is important. Active educators receive more invitations, right? And that's obvious. If you will be online, you will be active, you will, the chances of getting invited are more. Global reach costs nothing but be consistent, right? So what we have to do, how do we reach globally, is we don't have to pay somebody, or we don't have to spend a lot of money. We just have to stay consistent and online. Slowly and slowly people will start recognizing you globally. So it's all about how you can be more discoverable, and how you can verify what credibility you have. You all have great skills, you all have great knowledge, but how you can portray it, how you can display it to the world or globally, right? So this is going to be the start. So personal branding, it itself have two words, personal and branding. We'll discuss that, what is personal in this and what is branding, right? Currently we feel that it's not a choice and it's mandatory. That's why we have connected. It should be very very concerning to all the professors or people who have not taken their profile seriously so far. So it's time, I guess, to make it more seriously and work on it. So for example, we will understand personal branding with an example. For example, personal means somebody who is an individual. For example, this person Ajay Singh is somebody, right? In brand, how brand is made, people talk about it again and again, right? We go to a brand again and again, right? How that is how it is built. Brand has logo, a brand has products, brand has marketing, sales plan, branding strategies, visualization, data, mission and vision statements, right? All these are small part of a brand, right? Similarly, in case of tangible or physical products, personal branding works also very exactly like that. You are in case a brand, a person becomes a brand, and then their profile or their visibility, that becomes their logo, their face becomes their logo, right? So this is how we should perceive, how we should understand personal branding in terms of the audience, how they will see you, right? You do a lot of hard work, you put a lot of input, that is, people are not going to see what you are doing inside, but what you display outside is a brand, right? Is how people remember you. And a very important thing is why you should have a personal brand, or why you people have personal brand is, it's one of the thing is monetary, right? You have knowledge, you have expertise in certain field, you can help somebody answer their questions or help add value to their lives or solve any problem of theirs. You have all these things, and once they come back again and again, you can charge them, you can monetize your knowledge or your skill. That is one part of it, to get monetary benefits, but we can see it otherwise, right? But it's you can feel it like once you are not in a room, how people talk about you, what people talk about you once you are not there. So it's kind of a legacy which you leave behind once you leave the room or once you leave the space. That is what a brand is, right? We talk about that person a lot, or that product a lot. That is branding of somebody, right? So this is, I guess, the idea of why was that you get monetary benefit, but apart from it, you create a legacy. When once you are not here, people talk about you, people talk about your work, your content. That is personal branding, and that's why everyone should have a personal brand, especially professors, because we have felt that they are undermining this domain. They do a lot of work, they do a lot of new studies, but they are not going publicly out, right? So this is a chance, or this is a space where they can express out themselves. Now, once we have discussed this, we can discuss what is our thing which we like to on which we will like to create our brand. So it should not be chaotic, it should not be multiple directions. You should pick a niche, because you already are experts in some of the fields. You should, if you love doing it, you can talk about it for 3-4 hours without getting paid, right? You get motivated, you get excited, people come to you for your advice on that particular topic. So that should be, these are some questions you should note in your notepads. You should ask after this call, or meanwhile this call is going, which is the thing you are passionate about, you get excited for, right? That will help you to pick a niche, or pick a domain where you, on which you, the fundamentals of the brand or the personal brand which we are talking, that will give you a direction of what you are going to do in next coming years or next coming months, as you start growing your as you start taking direction steps in that direction, right? So these are some questions you can take screenshot, or you can note down personally, right? Again, so every brand is known by its services or products, right? So in day-to-day life, you have soft drinks, you have cold drinks, right? You remember them by their taste, by their brand, right? So that is something, every brand have product and services, right? But in case of personal branding, what you create, what you create as content, that becomes your product, right? So we can replace product with your content. So in the further session, I will be taking names of product, but you have to perceive it as content, right? Whatever you create, maybe it can be a video, it can be written form of content. If you don't like creating videos, it can be, if you don't like written content, you can create podcasts, you can create audios, you can create datas, right? Everything you can create, and whatever you will create as content, that is product of your brand, right? That is product of your personal brand. And as I am repeating, the front face or the picture of you will be the logo. People will remember you by that, that okay, this is Ajay Singh and that's how he looks, and that's what he produces, right? So this is what you can assume. And to finish the first part, as we are finishing the first part of it, we can have an idea that personal is one thing which you like, which you love personally. It does not have to be concerned about what others think of you. That is personal thing. And somebody and there is another thing which people can like, or people are looking help into, like for example credit cards, right? So you like talking about credit cards, you like which credit card is good, which credit card is bad, right? What is the perks of this credit card, right? You have personal interest in reading about those things. But imagine somebody who is looking for financial help or credit help, right? Which credit card should he take, or once you have this credit card, what you can do, right? All of those things. So this credit card content become your personal thing which you like, and then somebody who is looking help for which you can create brand. And then once you mix this, once you merge this, there is a small space where you can build on the foundation of your brand, right? So this is your product or content on which you can play. So I guess I have covered so far why you should have a personal brand and what is personal branding. To discuss it or to summarize it, the first part, I would like to say that it's all about who you are, whether you are research expertise or your focus is on research. You love to talk about teaching philosophy, your core academic values. This is who you are as personal, what you do in daily life, right? Publications or lectures or collaborations, mentorship to your students, and why it matters, right? It is not only that okay, you love something and people will like it. No, it will not happen. That's why people fail to create personal brand. You like something, but it should also add value to somebody, right? It should help or solve their problem in a real life situation. So is it creating an impact to anybody else, is it contributing to the field? Is it creating a legacy for a long time once you are not here? Will people go to your page or your content or your product, you are not there, and they will still take help from, right? So this is why you should have a personal brand, and this is what is personal branding. So I guess I have tried to finish or cover up the first part of the thing, which was small itself. It was crisp, and I summarized it, that why or what is personal branding. We are moving to the next part, where you can create, how you should create a personal brand. What are these platforms? How you should create your products, right? All those things we are going to talk about. But before that, if you have any questions, anybody have anything, please let us know. We'll try to answer that.
Thanks, Mr. Adarsh, like, for explaining the importance of personal branding, why we should be active and contributing to the society, whatever we have or we have experienced in our overall journey. But I have a question. Like, we have obviously covered that what is the importance of maybe personal branding and self promoting. But I just wanted to ask, like, isn't personal branding just about self promotion? Like, as educators, like, because obviously we are not influencers, right? So we also need to maintain academic integrity while being visible on like social media platforms, right? So how do we ensure that?
Right, right. Very, very good question, Professor Rishabh. So, yes, people do misuse the platform in some other ways. People come as so LinkedIn is one of the creative or one of the professional networking platform where people from different domains, they come up and they can try to use the platform in their own way, but it can be misleading or misusing to somebody. So the academic or professional integrity, some professors feel that it's getting harmed, or it's getting disrespected. So but in your case, in case of professors, yes, it can be self promotion if you try to. So as I mentioned, there are two circles, the personal thing and the branding thing. If you just try to talk about your own things or your own interest, that is what you're documenting, you're not helping somebody. But if you align your interest with somebody's if somebody is looking help into something, if you align these two things, then maybe they are getting some value, or they are getting something, right? So in case of professors, as you all are very very knowledgeable, you can display your knowledge. That can be said as self promotion, right? If you just display your knowledge. But if you continuously take feedbacks from your audience, right, align what they like or what they want, if you try to translate your knowledge in that direction, then if you try to help them, that is where I think they will get value, and it's not self promotion, it is knowledge translation, in other words we can say. So yeah, so and we can understand it, like from example also. If I am eating mango and I'm just eating it in front of everybody, that is I'm teasing everyone. I'm doing okay, I have mango, and I'm displaying that. But if I have mango, I am eating it, and then I am also sharing it with my friends, my colleagues, whoever is sitting in the room. So I think that is the two cases, that is the difference between self promotion and translating the knowledge. And I know all of you have become professors because you like translating knowledge. So um, it's just the conventional way of teaching in classroom. It's teaching to just a few group of students. It has the social media or the internet has like widen the spectrum, so you can reach out to everyone. That's what we are discussing. So with like leveraging these platforms, creating these brands or personal brands about you can reach out to everyone, not just your class, not just your institute. So it's self promotion, but yeah, it's also translating knowledge if you align your interest with the persons who is seeking help in that domain.
Got it. Got it. I believe I got my answer. Yeah.
All
Thanks.
right,
Thanks.
all right,
Explain.
right. So maybe we can move forward. We can move to the next part of the session. As so far we have discussed what is personal brand and why anyone should have personal brand. This line can be offending to or rude to some of the good people out there. Like a lot of people who have great skills, they still who don't have great skills, they still have greater jobs, right? So that is what we have to leverage, and we have to look solution for it. Like what we can do here is, once you have skills, you need to be visible to the right kind of people. That's what the core of this session is, that you have skills, you have knowledge. Now you need to be visible, and not just visible to the right kind of people who are looking help, right? There are so many platforms, as I mentioned, and it's also your choice whether you would like to create videos on YouTube, any other platform, Instagram, or whether you will like to write something, document something in a text format. There are platforms like LinkedIn, there are platforms where you can blog like Medium, etc. and etc. There are audio podcasts like Spotify. There are so many platforms. We are not here to discuss the platform numbers, but just the core idea is that because I have got request for LinkedIn, so we are going to talk a lot about LinkedIn in this session, and we are trying to cover how we can make our profiles better, efficient, and updated, how we can match with and we can not feel outdated, and we should be competing with everyone who is there on LinkedIn, right? So and it is also one of the mistake of what I have learned so far from my experience, that people start, they understand personal branding, they try to go into that space, but they pick multiple directions. They try to leverage YouTube also, at the same time they try to leverage Instagram also, they try to leverage blog platforms also, they try to leverage podcast also. I think it works for some people, but as we are starting, we should only focus on one, building foundations of one platform, right? Only one platform, and then slowly as we grow 1 to 2 years, 3 years, people start recognizing us, then we should switch to the other platform. So my suggestion or my recommendation would be to start off with LinkedIn if you are already not on LinkedIn. So there are so many sections and so many pages or different branches in LinkedIn. For example, photos, we can focus on what our profile photo is. We will discuss that in very detail. What is banner image, right? We will discuss about the headline. It is the first thing, it is the first line based on which I will whether click on your profile or not click on your profile, based on these three things: your profile photo, how it is looking, is it approachable or not, or the headline, what you have written, what impact is it creating, will it help me or not. I will then only click your profile once these three things will be sorted. And then once I click your profile, I got hooked to your profile, then you should talk about your about section, your experience, what you have done so far, and summarize your everything in the about section or the title or summary section. And then what education you have, what qualifications you have, what research papers you have published so far, what projects you have worked on. You can put your links there. What licenses you have, you can put your links there, right? Or what honors or awards you have got, right? All these things are there. What interest you have, what skills you have, whether you have got recommendations from people or not. There are so many skills, so many sections, but we will talk about the very important ones, these eight, and then we will see if we have time, we will cover that as well. So yeah, so this is there. So first thing, we if we have to start is the profile photo. I have marked this profile photo as red and wrong, and this one as right. So the first mistake people try to do is they try to put group photos with everyone, like their colleagues or their friends, or they try to post a holiday picture, right? If they are on holiday on a beach, on a mountain, they try to put that picture. The problem with those type of pictures is that your face is very small, and the rest of the background takes the cluttered background takes a lot of the space which is given, right? So for example, this person, his face is only 20% I can see, and the rest of the things is very the red and the yellows and the gate, something is there which I can zoom right now, but on LinkedIn there is very small and tiny image which will be visible, and everything will be very cluttered, and I will not be able to figure out. The other problem is that this person is standing a little his body is closed, right? He is standing like that. So I will be hesitating to approach him, whether he's approachable or not, or the first impression which I am getting. And people try to put the selfies or group photos, right? People try to put outdated images, old images, so we should avoid these type of generic mistakes, right? What is right with this picture is that the background is very clean, and there are platforms like for example, if you don't have good picture, if you don't have a good picture to post, then there are platforms which can enhance your pictures. Like for example, photo room is one of the platforms. Remove background is one of the platforms where you can remove your background, very famous, and then change the color, right? So maybe this person have done that, but okay, they have spent some time and done efforts in their profile photo, because they know the importance of their face value. Like people will click on their profile if the photo is good at the first place. All the things comes next, but the photo, because that is the thing, that is the main thing that will come at the first place, right? The decision of whether I will talk to you or not will be based on your profile photo. That is how very important it is. That's why we are spending a little more time on this. So this is there. What good thing he has done is clear face fills most of the frames, is 60% or 70% of the part taken by face, very clear, visible, right? Straight looking, and it's high resolution image, right? This was about profile photo. The headline which comes on the bottom, we can also discuss that. So this person has written associate professor at this university, right? So it just says the title and that university, nothing else. what a good headline is, that you should write what your role is, where are you working at if you are looking for a job, or if you are already working, then you should what your role is, and then what where are you currently working, and then what your aim or your future aim is, right? Very short kind of thing, right? So very clear and crisp. So professor, and it can be very very domain specific, very very narrowed down to a specific skill. For example, he says professor of neuroscience, and he's doing this because he's professor of neuroscience, that's why he's doing research in cognitive aging researcher. And he's a keynote speaker, and he's making brain science accessible. That's his future motto or future goal. Is very sharp two lines, but I get to know the idea what this person is trying to do and where he's coming from, right, without reading his about section or experience or education. So that's what the importance of profile photo and headline is. We should try to do that. So for example, if we have to take a tip, or if you have to note down, one of the good examples of headlines can be marketing manager, and then a pipe, and then helping brands grow online. Very straightforward what he's trying to intend and why he is on the platform, because he will help somebody who wants to grow online, right? He's something into marketing. He says UI UX designer. It can be more specific, right? Specialized in fintech iOS app. Okay, the second line is specific. He says that he's very very specialized and good in for iOS apps, not for Androids, and for fintech apps especially, right? So these are the small examples which we can see and which we can learn from. Let me come to some real case scenarios of some profiles which are good, which are not good, and we will see why they are not good like that. So for example, the first photo, this lady is taking like the borders are blurry because it feels like a phone photo or a selfie, and then the angle is also not very straight, the selfie is taken from above. So avoid trying selfies or posting selfies. Again, the same person which we saw in the PPT, this person is standing like closed body, non approachable, background is very blurry, or not blurry but it's very cluttered, right? So I will be less likely to approach him. The second person, we can say, it is very positive looking, straight, the face is taking 60% of the frame, right? Very open and very sharp, high resolution photo. I'm likely to approach this person if I need help in something, right? Another example, the background is very clean, the attire is very professional, straightforward, straight looking, right? So these are some things which we can learn from the profile pictures of these guys. One of the mistake this person has done, they are standing, the mountains are taking a lot more space, the glass is taking so much space, the full body posture is there, the sunglasses are there, I cannot see the person's eye. So very important thing in networking, in talking to somebody for the first time, is you have to look in their eye. You from the eye or the body language you get to understand the behavior of the person, or what you should talk to them, how you should talk to them, right? So the eyes should be very very visible. If even if you have glasses, try to avoid the shades or these type of frames, right? Try to look straight forward, and the photo should take 70 to 80% of this full space which is given, right? Currently he's standing, but the face is just 5% of the full space, right? These were some of examples of the profile pictures. Now I think we will slowly get clarity of what we should avoid. Right, this person says HR executive. I don't know where he is HR executive, right? He should write I'm HR executive at that company's name, or what he's trying to do, why he is on this platform, right? This is one of the headline mistakes which this person have done. So you have a little space, you can try to add more things, right? She has written product at ADP, host of the podcast, right? It is little clear, and she says that she works in product, maybe she's product head or something at this company, and then she does this type of work, or she's focusing on podcast currently. That's what I can get from the headline. Because why headline matters is, for example, I am getting some recommendations here why profile photo matters. I can see her profile picture, right? I can see her face. She's not looking straight, although this person, he's looking straight. This person, he's looking professional, straight to me, right? The name is there. The second thing which is there is product manager at ADP, right? So the headline which is there. So three things which come: your name, your profile photo, and the headline on LinkedIn. If I am trying to connect with this person, I am not able to see his about section or experience or education without clicking onto it, right? So this is your first impression. And on social media, on online space these days, it's all about impression, the first impression which you can give, right? So this person, he's standing in some farm. I am not able to see her face. I don't know. I can see, but after I have to click it, and I don't have that much of time. People don't have that much of patience on social media when they are using, right? So these are some things which we can learn about profile photo and headline. The next things which come is banners, right? The banner is this thing which she has put it in the background. So ADP's, her company's logo is there. I get to design. What next? Very simple line, very straightforward, that she designs and she loves doing design because she says I get to design. And then she is looking forward to something, exploring something in the space of design and product. So very straightforward, very clear. One mistake people do is they try to put motivational books, or some people who are coders, or some kind of technical person, they try to put the brackets or the coding symbols or the laptop, computer, coffee, these things like that. Yeah, it's fine, but it is not doing anything to me. Right, I am not very attracted to that banner. I don't know what to do from that. Banner should display a story: where are you coming from, what you are doing, and what you are looking forward in future. These three things banner should be able to answer. For example, this person has put it, his company's logo, right? Again, it's not telling anything. This person has done a big mistake. They don't have a banner completely, right? I have not seen the headline yet, but I can still, from the banner, I can make that, okay, this lady, she's working with some poor people in some area. I guess she is working with an NGO or something. Okay, just seeing the banner, I can relate to what she might be doing or she is looking forward to in future, right? This is how important a banner is. Although this banner is very cluttered, but still it is showing a story. It is telling me what she does, right? The profile photo, she could have avoided the black and white, although it's very good, but she could have avoided black and white contrast, and a colorful photo would have worked. Now, if we read the headline, she says professor at an area chair, information systems analytics, right? Okay. And then head of center and sustainable development, driving research in AI and digital technologies. Okay, the work she is mentioning a little bit too long, but yeah, she's tried to cover it. Committed to social impact and peace building, right? So she's doing social work, or trying to do peace building, trying to do something with social work, right? And which was again visible from her banner. So this is how important profile picture, headline, and banner is, right? So maybe we can move forward and we can try to learn from which we should avoid, what we should do. So these things matter, and these are the first things anybody sees on your profile before clicking it. The second thing is the customized URL or the contact info, right? So this is the URL. If she have to say, share it with somebody, she will share the profile URL like this. So it is very you cannot avoid this linkedin.com, but you can make this very short and crisp: Dr. Rakhi Tripathi, right? Let's see. So this person, the profile picture is very good, very clean, very professional and aesthetic. But again, he have, and the headline is also very good: vice dean at this college, and global engagement and non-subsidized programs. Very clear and clean. But the profile photo is also good, but the URL is not that. He could have spent a little 2 minutes or 5 minutes and make this URL bit tiny and short. How you can do is you can go on your profile and you can click on this edit button near to your profile on your URL, and then you can try to make it short, right, from this pencil icon. So these are some steps you can spend on your profile, and some steps you can do towards making your profile look very good and nice. A important thing is that if I want to contact this person, I can click on contact, and then his LinkedIn is there, the websites or the personal websites are there. Okay, fine. You can also add your for example, I click on this person's okay, the email is not there, the phone number is not there. I don't know how I should contact him. Maybe I should DM him on LinkedIn. For example, this person, uh, I can go to the YouTube website of her, and then I can email her. The email is present over there, but the email is still not professional as she is looking, right? So she could have something like Veda admin at the rate gmail.com, or like official Veda at the rate gmail.com, right? You don't have to purchase a domain for that. You can clean your simple Gmail account as well, right? So and one important thing is that you should try to update your contact information, try to put your email at least, if not phone number, if you don't want people to call you, but at least email, right? If you are present on this platform, that's why you are there, you want people to connect with you, right? So these are some things which you can do with URL and contact info. Instead of this big URL, you can make it short, right? So these are some things which we can do. And one pro tip which I would like to suggest or recommend is, you have a professional email. Try to first of all create a professional email, um, official email, and then on every platform wherever you are, on your resumes, on your CVs, on ResearchGate, on Google Scholar, on LinkedIn, or etc etc, on every platform you are, try to make that email consistent, match it with every platform, right? So that you look professional if somebody reaches out to you. uh, we come to the next section, which is about section. It should be addressed, the about section is like here, where she have mentioned something about her. It's very big, but still it is considered as elevator pitch, right? Whenever the next thing after seeing the front thing, the next thing I want to know more about you, then I will read your about section. Then I will read your featured, where are you featured, where which papers or news you have come forward, right? And then I will see your activity, where have you posted, what have you commented, all these things. And then I will see your experience. So this is experience section. She have done, and this should be in chronological order, right? So the first experience you have should come at the last, and the second should come at the second last, and then the recent one should come at the top. It should be in that order. That's how LinkedIn works. Good thing is that she has tried to put the links or the work which she has done, right? So we should try to utilize this space, from where to what duration she have worked for. So yeah, we should try to maintain things like that, right? So if we come to the about section, it's like a short and crisp elevator pitch. And one thing which is wrong here and what is right here is that this is written in the CV or paragraph form. We should try to avoid that. People have less patience or less attention span, so they will try to read the bullet points or try to read the structured thing if it is available. For example, in this case, I will try to read this, currently working on, recently, the link of this recent publication, open for what, right? And contact, how should I contact this person? First thing is the hook, right? For any story or anything to read me, if I have to read that, it should attract me, it should hook me, right? So the first line is, you have to tell, if you are telling a story, you have to tell a hook line, right? So I have spent 12 years studying how distribution system fails, so the next generation of engineers build ones that do not, right? If I am into something, into distribution systems or something like that, I'm likely to read this person's about section. This person has also written good, but the problem is that it is very very dense and very very compact, yeah. So, and one of the big mistakes is that he says Dr. John Smith is an associate professor. So he's talking in a third form. He's he is talking in third person view, right? But this person, he's talking in the first person view. He says, I have spent 12 years, not Dr. John I have spent 12 years, right? So the first person hook, the language should be plain and simple, no jargon words. It shows impact and teaching skills, outcomes. Call to action, open to contact, where should I contact you, the email or the phone numbers, whatever you can try to provide. So this is about section, right? The next thing which we can take from these slides were how you can structure your summary section. Okay, this is about section, we call it summary section. Start with a strong hook. For any story, for anyone to read, you should have a hook. For any YouTube video as well, when if we were talking about personal branding, right? You are in Walmart or D-Mart, you have to pick a chocolate. There are three chocolates present over there, so which one you are likely to pick? So you will not taste it first. The first thing which you will see is the packaging, right? Or the logo. That is your profile picture, right? So this is what you should pick from, right? So for any thing to work, it should have a good packaging. It should have, the product should have good packaging. And in case of personal branding, it should have a good hook line, right? The first line should be hooking. Or if you are creating videos on YouTube, it should have a good thumbnail for me to click. So that is packaging in personal branding. That's how it works. And you should try to follow this framework, which is action. You should mention what action you took, and then how you took it, which tools did you use, the verb, and then the impact which it has created, right? You took action, but it does not matter if it hasn't created any impact, right? So it should be action, verb, and then impact framework. These three things you should always try to remember, that if you are trying to mention it to somebody, you're trying to write on the experience section, then it should be quantifiable, right? It should be quantifiable. Like after you joined the university's research departments, the research papers, students who participate in research, it increased from 55 to 70. It should be a quantifiable number, right? How it has you have done this, why are using these tools, or why are using these patterns, right? And then what action you took. You designed a framework, you improvised something. People write this on LinkedIn, right? They did something, they did that, they did XYZ, but what impact it has created in anybody else's life, right? So we should try to quantify whatever we try to write in the summary section, also in the experience section. We also already discussed this, that we should try to write job title, which company you are working, from when to the duration of your work, the dates, and then description again, you try to follow that framework of what impact it has created after you started working in that company, or in that university department, right? One pro tip is, there is a skills section on LinkedIn, right? What skills you have, you can enter as many skills as you have, but there should be top 3 to 5 skills which you are very very good at, right? For example, I am good at speaking, I will write speaking at 1. I am good at credit cards, I will write at number 2. I am good at anything else, I will write at number 3. But that only doesn't help. After the skills, you should approach your colleagues, your juniors, your people you have worked, your seniors. You mention them to endorse you on that skill, if they have worked with you, or they have done something with you on that skill, right? So try to get endorsements of the skills. For example, let's see, in the real examples. For example, this person has very good knowledge on wine knowledge, right? So if you see it, they have 99 endorsements, they have 99 plus endorsement here, right? If we see this person, uh, they have they don't have skills, but they have licenses, which we were talking about, licenses and certification sections. The good thing he has done is that he has licenses, and he has tried the tried to put the links or the credential IDs, so that anyone can verify his credibility, right? The projects which he have made, he has tried to put the link. He just doesn't say that I have worked with llama 3 power drag application. He does not say like that. He have put the GitHub link so that anyone can go and follow his project, right? Bone fracture detection, again the link is there. The one thing he can work more on is the skills. They don't have endorsements, right? He can ask his fellow colleagues or people to endorse him on these skills, or his teachers, right? Again, let's see endorsements of somebody else, right? For example, this person Rakhi Tripathi, she's again professors, and she have 37 skills. The first skill is social media analytics, and again she have don't have endorsement in this first one, but e-commerce she have two endorsements, right? So we should always try to add value to our skills by asking our friends, asking our seniors to endorse on certain skills. And then again, very good, a very important section is recommendation, right? It is kind of a testimonial to a product which you buy, right? You buy it because somebody referred to you that product, right? That is similarly in case of personal branding, recommendations are your testimonial. So this person Dipesh Grover, he is recommending Dr. Tripathi, Rakhi Tripathi, right, on this very small note, right? So if you want that, then you can ask for recommendations from your peers, colleagues, or managers, or people you work under, right? So you should always have recommendations. Again, for professors it is very very important. That's why the we are conducting this session. The publications or the research which you do, the papers which you publish, right, you should try to put the links, not just talk about them, but to to put the actual link, so that I can click and I can read what she has done in web analytics, right? I can evolution of higher education, she have done some publications, I can go and I can read. So publications, the links are very important. It shows the proof of work, the proof of concept. And then honors and awards, what awards she have got, what she have got, like outstanding woman in science, right, best professor in IT. So all these things are there. Then the interest, what she follows, so that I can also follow if I'm aligned with her interest, what causes she is working on, right? You can go on and on, you can add sections, right, from your profile. The important thing is to start and be consistent, and and get endorsements, get recommendations from the skills, on the skills which you think you are good at, right? We are slowly trying to finish this, but to summarize, I would like to say that after you have built the profile, then the next thing which comes is you can try to send or connect with the people of like-minded people, professors or students whom you want to collaborate with. Send them request, send them personal connection request, and it should not be a bulk request. You should thoughtfully sit down and then ask for them help. The very We have spent some time in the previous videos of how you should write a request, what frameworks you should use. So to summarize it very quickly here, it should be like how you got to know that person, if anybody have recommended that, or what help you are looking forward in, right? So, or if you are following them from a long time, then you like their work, then you can mention, okay, I like this work of you, and I have been recommended to you by Mr. X, and then I need help in my protein research. Very small and simple, and then if they want, they will accept. If they don't want, they will not accept, right? But we should be very very thoughtful in sending request and asking for help. Mention the shared interest, as I mentioned, so that it creates a mutual connection. LinkedIn Premium, I would not say to invest it right now, but you can do. Anybody who wants to do, they can do, if they are using LinkedIn from long time. But for anyone who is starting, I would suggest that please make your profile verifiable, credible, and then follow these things. Maybe you can invest in premium maybe after some time, after 6 months or something, right? To summarize it, how you can actively use this: to first you create 2 to 3 times a week. You cannot do it one time a week. If you cannot do that also, you try to engage, you try to comment on the people's post. If they have done any, you join communities, you join some pages of your interest. If you also don't like to comment or create anything, just share it with your students or with your fellow staff members, right? If you cannot create or engage to start off with, right? This I We have got an approximate data that it just takes 30 minutes to 1 hour in a week for anyone who is starting and trying to be active on LinkedIn or online platforms, right? You can who you should try to connect. You should try to connect with the academic peers of your interest, the alumni or the students you have trained earlier, right? Or the industry professionals if you want to learn anything else, the R&D team or practitioners, the thought leaders who are into leadership roles or they are teaching leadership, right? Because that anyway helps to anyone, not even professors. uh, so and yeah, so beyond LinkedIn was one of the platforms which we discussed in very detail, but beyond LinkedIn there are lot of platforms, but the idea and the framework is very very simple. We just wanted to discuss the idea of the intention of it. Now the UI can be different, the settings can be different, but the idea is same. You have to be visible, you have to create a personal brand, and this can be done differently via different platforms. Teachers are very very active on researchgate, academia, right? They publish their researches, scholar, they discuss a lot on their papers, citations. A lot of platforms you can try to visit and try to align what you like, right? If we have to summarize what you can do today if you have made notes, is that first of all, log in on your LinkedIn, try to make your profile pictures better. If they are not, if they are already better, then work on engaging or creating a post, write something about it, right? If you are not getting anything to post, just do one thing. You just take a screenshot of this session and then try to post that on your profile. Okay, I learned this today, right? Or just tag us, tag PrepAI. We will be more than happy if you can let like if you can let everyone know that you have learned this today, right? So the conclusion is very simple. We have to stay consistent. First of all, make our profiles efficient, and then try to be consistent in whatever way, capacity and way we want to like contribute, right? So yeah, I think I have tried to finish from my side. If anyone have any questions, or if they want to want me to repeat anything for them, any slide, then we can do that, or anything which anyone wants to discuss.
I believe, thanks, Mr. Adarsh, like for such a great presentation. I genuinely got to learn a lot. What good things I was doing and what I can do more to make my profile better and visible to my colleagues or peers, so that more people can get help from my content, right?
Right.
And how I can actually make my personal brand. So, like, you very perfectly shown like how we can make our profile better so that more and more people can maybe uh, find us or search us on maybe the social media profiles, any maybe LinkedIn
Mm-hmm.
at this stage. But I want to understand, like, getting people to our profile for the first time is one thing, but how can I make sure that people or my audience in a broader view come back again and again to my profile for the like, so how can I make that sure?
Right, yeah. So what I'm getting to understand from your question is that okay, you have made your profile better. You are also posting, you are adding value also. People are coming to you for the first time, but you want to talk about the retention, how people will come again and again, right? So I
Hmm.
think the answer is also very simple. If we think if we don't make it very complex, simply if you like something, you go back to it again, right? As an audience, if I am the audience, if I like for example a sweet, then I will take that sweet again and again because I like it. That makes me happy, right? Or if I consume something, then I do it again and again because it is making me happy, it is adding some value, right? It is like that, right? So any product or services, people go back to it again because it is solving their problem really. not just one time. They have a recurring problem, and if you are solving them on on weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a daily basis, then people tend to go back to that product again, to buy that again. So as I mentioned, product is content in your case. So if your content is adding value to them, if you are able to adapt to your audience well, then definitely everyone will come again and again.
So maybe in short, like it all depends on what I share, what is my content. If that has value, that will have value, then obviously people will maybe follow me or keep checking on my profile what I have posted, right?
Right, correct. Adding value with the right intention, that is very, very important.
Good. Okay. Thank you.
Prof. Akash, if you have any questions.
Yes. So first of all, thank you so much, Adarsh. I feel like I got to know some things that I never knew about, and I'm going to do some changes even today itself. I also wanted to ask. I feel like we as professors, we don't have much time in our daily lives. So, like, how do we measure the ROI of investing in networking and online presence? I mean, there's got to be something, right?
Right. Yeah. As in the starting, as we mentioned, the ROI definitely can be is a quantifiable number, and we can see it as some monetary benefits which will come after 2 to 3 years, 6 months, whatever. Right. You can see it like that. Right. What ROI, what times you spend, and what money you are getting from. You can, that is one way of looking at it. But what I recommend, or what I feel is the second way, is you do all these things, you spend time on it because you want to be remembered as somebody. Professor Akash was known for his work in sociology, for example. So this is the legacy which you will create when you are not there, when you leave behind, you leave a room, or in your absence, what people talk about you, right? This is one way of looking at it. It's not a quantifiable thing. A legacy is not a quantifiable thing, but it's it's a feeling which you can say, if you want to get that, right? But otherwise also, if we want to discuss about the perks, you get invitations from, you get invitations of the speaker in events, you conferences, people, because you are visible, you people see your work, they see your citations, right? People invite you, or you, if you request me to get a collaborator, or if you want me as a partner, then if I see your profile that very good, then I the chances that I am accepting your proposal is very high. That is one case. Or maybe that will happen, that I will reach out to you, right? People will reach out to you, you will reach out to people. Overall, there are a lot of benefits if we have to calculate it like in terms of ROI, but we feel that it's more than the numbers which can be quantified.
Okay, got it. I think I also had another question along the same lines.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what do you think is realistic and also sustainable a strategy for us, professors like us who are very busy, to stay active on such platforms? Like, is there any strategy that we can implement? Because we are also very busy in our daily lives.
Yes.
So, how do you think we can tackle that?
Right, yeah, you have a lot of administrative work apart from just teaching. You have to create assessments, you have to fill your KPIs, you have to do research, you have to get grants, everything. I know that, as I have talked to a lot of professors, but
Hmm.
what, as you rightly mentioned, you rightly asked, what are the first steps which you should do for anyone who should take as a beginner is, they should try to be consistent first. When I say consistent, I would like to go back to the first this slide again, that they should try to first create something. If you are not liking it, you should try to engage. If you are not liking that also, you should try to share at least, right? You participate in your, if you are a sociology teacher, or if you are a biology teacher, you try to add get yourself added in those pages where people are talking about the new researches, innovations, right? You share that article to your friends, or to your the department staff member, if you are if it's all about staying consistent, right? If you can post two
Right.
to three times, that's also fine. If you are not, then post one time. If you are not able to post even one time, try to engage, right? So all these are the things which we can do, but the important thing is being consistent. And for being consistency, you don't need motivation. Maybe you need discipline, and not see it as a quantifiable thing in near future, but a legacy for the long time. So yeah, this is like that. But in a busy schedule, which we have, get to know again, which I'm mentioning, that it takes just 5 to 10 minutes on a daily basis and 1 hour on a weekly basis. I think that we can take out from our daily routine.
Got it. Got it.
Right. If anybody have any other questions. Right. So I think, please, if you have questions later, or anybody who is watching it later, you can try to put your comments in the this video will be published on YouTube, so you can try to put your comments, suggestions, feedback, right? These are the topics which we have picked from. We haven't picked it randomly. We have picked by talking to people. We are talking to professors, what problems they face. The first one was research, publishing research papers. The second one is about networking and personal branding. We are waiting. If we get suggestions for the third topic, we will try to make videos on that, right? So this was about it. This presentation will be available along with the video. So thank you everyone for joining, I believe. And if anybody have anything to say, then please try to email us, please try to comment. That will be very, very helpful. And very importantly, please take actions of whatever you learned. If you learned 100 things, then just take action on the one first thing. Just do 1% of whatever we discussed today. That will be very, very productive and helpful for you as well as me. Thank you so much, everyone.